Hey everybody, Ray Davenport, your Director of Athletics here. And today what I want to go over are a couple key items to keep in mind when using the rower. It's a big piece of our R3 program, Resist Row Ride, right there in the title. So let's get to it. Now the first thing we want to look at are the feet. So everybody's feet are a little bit different. We've got these little foot holds. And what we want to do is make sure that that strap is going right across the bridge of our foot, kind of where those primary knuckles are. And of course, once you've got that position figured out, you can move these foot panels down to wherever that's best going to suit your foot. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. And then we're ready to put our feet, both feet in. So the best thing to do is make sure both straps are loose. Pull one in, that gives you space to put one foot in, and then pull the other. We're going to tighten both at the same time by pulling both tabs. And then we're ready to go. So next up is handle and wrist position. When we're rowing, we want to make sure that we are pulling right at about the chest line, okay? Now we don't want to tuck our elbows in and turn into a T-Rex. We also don't want to pull too high with elbows high. That's going to activate the shoulders and back a little more than we want to and make it really inefficient. What we want to do is just pull that, make sure that that's coming right into that chest line. If you're wearing your MyZone monitor, you might actually hit it with each pull. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is spine angle, and we're going to talk about it relative to the ground. So if you think about a clock, if I'm straight up and down, about 12 o'clock. If I go forward a little bit from your angle, I'm at 1 o'clock. If I go back, I'm at 11 o'clock. So for our purposes in this video, 11 o'clock is our layback, right? And we'll get to what the layback position is, and 1 o'clock would be our recovery position. So I'm going to start in what would be the recovery position. And then if you check out my layback position, right? Elbows high, handle at the chest, that's 11 o'clock, okay? We're going to cycle between those two positions with every row. Important to keep that in mind as you go along. Next up, I want to talk about intensity. Now, when you're in a class and we want you to go hard, you're going to be looking for some metric to tell you. You might think that stroke rate is good. It's not. I'll show you why. I can stroke really fast and really inefficient, so stroke rate, bad one to look at. In the top right corner of your screen, you'll see intensity. Now that's going to tell you your pace per 500 meters. Keep an eye on that as you go along. If we asked you to row 200 meters and you row that at 2 minutes per 500 meters, there's your intensity. That's the number you can focus on. The next time you row 200 meters, try to beat that or at least match it. And then finally, we're going to talk about the sequencing of the body. Now this is probably the most important piece in this whole video, so pay attention. There are a lot of things that are going to be happening. What we want to do is find that recovery position. We're going to drive with the legs first, then the torso goes, then the arms follow, okay? Let's go through that one more time real slow. We drive back flat at that 1 o'clock position, driving with the legs, core engages, arms finish. A little bit faster, 1, boom, okay? There's your stroke. Now, as we get into that recovery phase coming back from the layback, we're going to push those hands down. I'll show you one more time there. We come back, we push the hands down, they get beyond the knees before we bend the legs, then we go back into that position. 11, down, forward, and engage. So that order of sequencing on the back end from that layback position, arms, torso, legs, okay? So we're just reversing that sequence. Legs, torso, arms, arms, torso, legs, okay? As we get that feel, kind of find your flow and find that efficiency, you'll find that that intensity is able to increase more than if you try to do short, choppy strokes where you're not engaging the body in the right way. So once you wrap up, the easiest way to get out of the machine, because that's important too, is to roll the feet out, kind of push the knees out. That puts some pressure on the outside of the straps, and then we can push those tabs in. Now again, if we just pull one, it loosens up, then we can take that other foot out real nice and easy. So there you have it. Hopefully this is giving you a guide on how to best use the rower, how to stay safe while using it. Next time you're at the Wellness Center, check it out. There's one on the main floor, and then we keep some in this studio for R3, Resist Row Ride. Hopefully you can check those classes out if you get a chance. It's a great way and a great alternative to get the heart pumping without the impact of a treadmill or being outside on the pavement. And of course, if you have any questions on how you can work this into your weekly routine, let us know. We've got a wonderful group of trainers ready to help you out however they can.